Welcome to CSC 307. In today's video, we're gonna talk about Introduction to Operating System. This is the first chapter or first lecture of our whole course. So let's start. So let's begin with the computer components. So computer components are parts which are used in a computer system. So there are four parts or components computer use. The first one is hardware. So hardware is basically things that we can see or touch, such as keyboard, mouse, printer, which are peripheral devices. Then next is operating system. It's just a collection of softwares that handles all the technical issues such as memory allocation and background multitasking, lots of things. Then application programs. So application programs are programs that handles various types of tasks such as from memory allocating to browsing the web, etc. And then as a user, so user is the component which use the computer, which input data and get output. It could be human or it could be machines. Now next, as our lecture is on operating system, so we have to go through software. So software is nothing but a set of instruction given by the computer. So software are two types. One is application software, is another is system software. So application software is that type of software which handles various tasks, and another system software is only handles technical tasks such as storage management, security, GUI, and application software. You'll see browser, then a calculator, calendar, lots of things, those things. And in application software there are also two subcategories. One is basic application, another one is specifies application. In basic application, the program or the software that are used for basic purpose, or you can say that is used in all career, are called basic applications. Such software are a calculator, calendar, browser, which are used by all. And specific applications are those applications which are used for specific purpose, such as if you want to edit or manipulate a picture, then you need a Photoshop or a software that manipulates only photos. And if you want to edit videos, then you have to use a video manipulating software. So those applications or software are called specialized applications software. Then next we then next come to system software. So system software is a software that only handles technical tasks to maintain and run the computer smoothly. So in computer system we have OS, or you can say operating system. So it is the actually OS is the bridge between hardware and software. It coordinates and make the communication between those two things, and also it creates an user interface to make the communication more easy and user friendly. Then comes to utilities. So utilities programs are utilities programs are only developed to maintain all the resources. Utilities software, a system software designed to help analyze, configure, or optimize or maintain the computer, such as disk defect, disk manager, disk cleanup, etc. Memory diagnostics, those are the things. Then now let's dig on to OS, because our main focus in the operating system as our course is on operating system. So let's talk about operating system. So operating system has three part: function, categories, and parts. So let's start with the parts. So an OS, or a collection of program, has four parts on it. The first one is kernel, device driver, user interface, and system utilities. So kernel is the main part of any operating system. This kernel makes the difference among all the make the difference in different OS. So kernel is a software which has all the code on it, and it runs all the time during the system is on, and it has all the power of a system. It's like a boss of the whole OS. Then next is device driver. So device driver are software that introduce the system introduce the system with the hardware, specific hardware, and each specific hardware has their own disk driver programs. It's basically used to make the communication between hardware and the software. Such as if you want to install a printer, or you set up printer, you'll find a disk driver of this particular printer. So it will make tell the computer when you install a specific device driver, then that device driver communicate with the OS and tell the OS to say to make the bridge between that software and the hardware, so that you can use the printer. Then comes the user interface. So user interface is the main part. It's another important part of OS. So OS has different user interface. So it's just a environment environment to a bit. It's just an environment where a user can give interaction with the computer. So this user interface can have come with the two faces. It may come with a GUI form, or it can come on CMD form, command line form. And next is system utilities. So system utilities are specialized programs which are designed to configure or analyze or maintain the system. So when we buy a CD on our OS CD, that OS CD contains these four things, or you can say all the OS contains these four things. Now let's dig on to the categories of OS. So there are three types of categories of OS. First one is embedded OS, then a network OS, and another one is standalone OS. So let's talk about embedded OS. So embedded OS are that OS which are used in embedded devices such as smartphone, lift, etc. So those OS are stored on ROM permanently, and those are quite fast and hard to upgrade. It is only can upgraded by the developer or manufacturer. The next one is network OS, or network OS are that OS which where the OS is set up in a server or network server. So these types of OS, some network OS are Windows Server, Linux, Unix Server, and another one is standalone OS, which is also referred as a desktop OS. It is used in a single computer, and although it has all the control over that particular computer, such operating systems are Windows 10, 7, 8, or Linux. Now let's move on to the functions of an OS. So OS particularly has three main functions. The first function or work is to manage computer resources, then is provide user interface, and the third one is running the application, or you can say creating the environment. So the first computer resource, let's dig into the manages computer resources. In this management process, the computer will manage four particular things: the process management, storage management, management, and the monitoring performance. So process management means it will the in a computer whole time in background some programs runs, as well as the front end also some programs runs. So he will sometimes we open multiple window and work on multiple application. So at that time he just schedule or time shift to each program, or share the resources to those any application equally, so that we can process every application smoothly. Then comes to the storage management. In storage management, he just an OS just manages stores for us. He will automatically allocate memory location. Also, he will take notes of every memory location, so that when we need the locations, we will be able to give us those information. And device management. In device management means he will an OS is responsible for making the communication between the hardware and the software. He will manage or make the connection between them. Then monitoring performance. So it always also monitor the performance, as he's the main as he's the bridge of the whole network. So he'll monitor, and if something get wrong, he'll take steps, or he'll alert us. Now let's provide us user interface. So in user interface, there are two types of interface that OS can give us. One is GUI, another one is character-based interface, based on the operating system, or you can say based on the purpose of the operating system. We could get one of them. If the program operating system is based on public use, then for that reason, the OS must contain a GUI information. If it's for network based, for network or many other areas, then it will be given us to as a command line prompt interface, where it is quite easy to handle or control lots of things once in command line prompt. Okay, next is running application. So he will run an operating system will run security application to, or he will set password so that no unauthorized person can enter to our system. And then he will create an environment. So creating environment means he will create a co-friendly, he will create an application friendly environment, so that application runs smoothly. And running application, here you can see foreground and background program. So he'll also manage the resources here. And he'll also do multitasking or time scheduling, those types of job, to create the environment and make sure that all the program runs smooth in the OS. So this was all about operating system, or a first chapter of this course. And I hope you guys like this video. So thank you.